Please welcome Senior Advisor to Concordia and President of Social Impact and Philanthropy at Sesame Workshop, Sherrie Westin.
Thank you, Kevin. It's an honor to join this virtual summit, and I want to thank Concordia for the opportunity to elevate the needs of vulnerable children during the pandemic. For those of you who may not be familiar with Sesame Workshop, we're the nonprofit organization behind Sesame Street, and our mission is to help children everywhere grow smarter, stronger, and kinder. At Sesame, we've always focused on providing children around the world with tools to help them succeed in school and life, many of whom have no other access to quality early education. So our humanitarian programs grew out of this commitment. And today, thanks to the groundbreaking support from the MacArthur and LEGO Foundations, we're partnering with the IRC and BRAC to deliver quality early education, nurturing care, and playful learning to children affected by the Syrian and Rohingya crises. Last year, as Kevin mentioned, I had the honor of presenting in person at the Concordia Summit on our all-new production in the Middle East, Ahlan Simsim, which means welcome sesame in Arabic. Even better, I had the pleasure of bringing along with me an adorable purple Muppet named Basma. So 1 year later, I'm thrilled to share this behind-the-scenes look at Basma and all of her pals from Ahlan Simsim.
أهلا سمسم. In 2018, production began on a new children's show from Sesame Workshop, meant to address an urgent need facing children throughout the Middle East. Over the last decade, 12 million people from Syria have been displaced. Over half are children. And for them, the trauma of war and displacement can have lifelong effects. In response to this crisis, Sesame Workshop launched a program with the International Rescue Committee to bring early learning to millions of children, from refugee and host communities alike.
Ahlan Simsim is the name of the new series. It's a new Sesame Street.
What we wanted to do is to bring our expertise to address the crisis that children living in the Syrian response region were experiencing.
We brought creatives from the region together to create inspiring characters children can relate to. Basma is a bold, adventurous girl Muppet who loves to sing and dance. Her best friend Jad, who's new to the neighborhood, expresses himself through art. And Mezuzah is a mischievous goat who follows them everywhere.
عالم أهلا سمسم هو عالم مليء بالفرح والضحك والصداقة والبراءة والطفولة والمحبة.
Education experts developed the curriculum for the show.
The children, they don't know what verbs to use to describe what they are feeling.
We were talking about the vocabulary of emotions, the ABCs of the emotions.
After learning that children in the region need help managing big feelings,
So scared.
He gets frustrated.
the team weaves coping strategies into the show's songs and storylines. The IRC is using the show along with other Ahlan Simsim materials in direct services and in-person learning to complete a circle of care around the most vulnerable families.
كل حدا اشتغل في هذا البرنامج حط قلبه في هذا الاشي يعني بتمنى يضحكوا ويستفيدوا ويتعلموا سواء كانوا كبار أو صغار.
Ahlan Simsim is bringing joy, laughter, and playful learning to a generation of children, helping to build the resilience they need to thrive now and far into the future.
In the year since Basma and I presented on the stage at Concordia, the world has changed dramatically. The COVID-19 crisis has brought unprecedented disruption to the lives of children the world over, and we know the impact of this pandemic will be most severe for those who were already the most vulnerable, especially those affected by conflict and displacement. That's why Sesame Workshop and our partners are rapidly adapting to continue to meet the urgent needs of young children across the Middle East. While in-person services are not possible, Sesame is uniquely positioned to support children and families with educational media delivered through television, digital, and mobile. For example, we're using WhatsApp to stay in touch with families, to deliver key COVID-specific messages, and provide resources to encourage playful learning, because we know that play is one of the best ways for children to learn. We've also produced broadcast specials with critical social emotional lessons to help build resilience and model fun educational activities that caregivers can do with their children. Our content is specifically designed to serve as both a catalyst and a tool to promote adult-child engagement, which is the most effective way to help mitigate the negative effects of trauma on young children. The COVID-19 pandemic is an unprecedented challenge, but it also presents a unique opportunity to rethink ways of reaching and teaching children, to test innovative solutions, and to join with new partners. Now is the time to step up for the world's children, to build more flexible, inclusive systems that expand access to learning for all children, especially the most vulnerable, for generations to come. Thank you.